Welcome to a very typical old Joe start to the week. So anyone in England will be well aware of Storm Bert. Basically I've been away from the boat for a couple of weeks. This is where I left it, just near Hatton Station, where I last left you. I'm on my way up here. I've had a few road closures due to flooding and stuff. So yeah, that's just the start of the day. And the boat now is actually on 0% battery. So I've got no water, no heating, no coffee machines. Nothing, even the screen won't come on, it's that flat. I just didn't flash. So, first job of the day is charge the batteries. The only means of doing that I've got at the minute is running the engine. Luckily I tightened the fan belt last week, so I should be able to use the alternator to charge the engine, to charge the battery, but that is only 30 amps an hour, and my battery is 280 amps. So it'll be quite a few hours to fill it up, but yeah, just enough to get some water going on it, because I do have a pint of water. It looks like it's been abandoned. I'm right under some trees. The reason it's gone flat is because there's been zero solar here in this spot, but it was just handy for me to leave the boat. I didn't account for the fridge being on for 2 weeks on its own, and it's just drained the battery with zero solar. Now the solar panels are covered in, sorry, it's a contact lens pot. The solar panels are covered in leaves, so they've been getting absolutely nothing at all. And yeah, that's just going to be the first task of the day, and I'm going to be on the move probably tomorrow. By the time I get these batteries somewhat top, I know I could cruise and charge and stuff. It's about midday now. It's going to get dark around 4. I've also actually got an EcoFlow here with about 60% battery capacity, so that will give me probably 7%, maybe 7% top up, which would be quite handy overnight maybe. Let's see what happens. That's not good. It's definitely not 100%. The EcoFlow took me up to just over 20%, which is now flat, but I'm up to 23%, and the engine, the alternator, is giving us about 27 amps coming in. So I'll leave the engine running. I think I'm actually going to move and try and find a spot that's got a bit of sun, because it's not too bad a day out, and it might just help boost the battery that little bit extra. I've got a tunnel coming up, Shrewley I think it's called. So this is Hatton flight that I did a couple of weeks ago. I'm somewhere around here, Hatton, and then there's a tunnel here. Comes out here, and I've got quite a decent stretch without any locks before I get to the junction, and then decide what I'm going to do, either come down to Stratford-on-Avon, this way to Worcester, or this way up the Grand Union to Birmingham.
sit around and wait all day. You lay easy on my mind. Like a candle I just burn away. All we really have is time. All we really have is time. I don't wanna waste it on anybody. Take it with anybody but you.
So I've just been through Shrewley Tunnel, found a little mooring in between some woodlands, beautiful little spot. I'm going to spend the night here and then move on tomorrow morning. Not sure yet exactly where. Like I said, when I get to the junction I need to make my mind up, so I'll think about that in a minute. For the meantime I'm going to light the fire because it is... Well, it's gone up to 13 degrees now. It was 9 degrees when I first got on here. It's up to 13 degrees. Going to light the fire, then do beer of the week, and then I actually posted that up on my Instagram asking you guys if there's any questions. I'll sit down and do like a bit of a Q&A, just answer your questions and stuff. So I'll do that after, once the beer's open. That'd be nice. Right, beer of the week from Buckham Brewing, just outside Bristol, quite close to me back in Somerset. This is their Tall Tales Pale Ale. Please ignore the too good to waste sticker. It was reduced in Waitrose. Times are tough. Correct glass. Good. Very good. A refreshing, fruity and light pale ale that is bold and full of character with notes of lemon, pineapple, grapefruit, orange and berry. Right, got a few questions that you guys sent me on Instagram. More updates on the car projects, please. Oh, and more bread. Updates on the project car. I'm not going to start that until the new year. I'll give you a little clue. It's a Mercedes and I paid 350 quid for it. That's what you're getting. Yeah, I've got nowhere to work on it inside, and this time of year it's just not great. Plus I've got loads to do on this boat still. I'm helping, I won't go into too much, but yeah, I'm helping a few other people out at the minute. And it's just all systems go. So, and more bread, yes, I might make some bread in a minute. How are you managing without sun for charging? Well, today as an example, the reason that the batteries went flat is because I was under trees, and not only being under trees in the shade, but the leaves land on the solar panels just makes them pointless. This is the first time I've had trouble, and that was only because that particular spot, I'm pretty sure even this time of year with my two quite large solar panels, I've got two 340 watt solar panels, so what's that, 680 total. Usually that would be more than enough to keep the fridge ticking over whilst I'm gone. That's the only thing that's drawing electricity whilst I'm away, so normally it'd be fine. It's just, yeah, a bit of a silly mooring spot, but it was just perfect because I need to leave the boat and there's parking and stuff. So yeah, a bit silly leaving the boat in the shade, but not the end of the world. Normally it'd be okay. How do you earn money? Do you work? I'm a hairdresser / barber. This is my dream life, to live on a canal, slow pace of life. So up until recently, my main income was from YouTube. So all of you guys, thank you very much for watching the videos. You know, little ads pop up, and that basically gets me, for every 1,000 views, I'll probably get 5 quid or something. It's not masses, but it was enough to live on the boat. Not ideal for long term, trying to save if I want to buy a house or anything further down the line. So recently I've been working on other people's boats. I'm currently helping a friend out on quite a big project, which I might be able to show a bit of in the future. But yeah, been sort of working hands-on, DIY, anything electrical, stuff like that. And that's something I would like to branch further into in the future. So I've been really enjoying it. I've always preferred doing the more hands-on things, and I know Lady Pennybun needs some DIY now, but most of the major jobs are done. And that's what I've always enjoyed filming more. So moving forward, probably you might see a project boat. I do quite fancy doing another one from scratch, so yeah, watch your space on that. Also, back on the YouTube side of things, sponsors really help. YouTube revenue itself, which is those little adverts that pop up, don't make masses, but if it wasn't for sponsors like EcoFlow, Riolink, I probably still wouldn't be able to afford to make videos, which leads on to another question. How long does it take you to put a video together? So anywhere from, so I normally would film 3 days cruising, so that's 3 days work. I know it's not necessarily, might not seem as work, but if you're filming, that's still 3 days that I can't work a normal job, and then probably a couple of days editing, so it's about 5 days a week. At the minute, the past 2 videos, this one and my previous one, I've tried to film in 2 days and edit within a day, just so that I can continue helping my friend out. Your videos show a snapshot of life that looks quite chilled and tranquil. How far from reality is that? Depends what the weather's doing. In the summer, and then to be fair, even in the summer, some places get busy. But yeah, very tranquil, especially out in the rural areas like I am now. Really peaceful, although I can hear the M40 in the background still. It is pretty tranquil. There's definitely, well, I've always tried to show the hardships, obviously filling up with water, having to move every 2 weeks, emptying the toilet, stuff like that. That's not particularly glamorous, but equally it's still quite tranquil because you're not reliant on certain things. Yeah, I don't have to explain it really. But yeah, it is pretty tranquil, and I don't think I show boating in too positive a light anyway. I try and show the full picture, like breaking down, emptying toilets, stuff like that. Yeah. If there's one thing about boat life or your life in general that you wish was a little bit easier, what would that be? Ooh. At the minute, one thing that springs to mind, I wish there was a canal closer to my parents, or just another canal that went down that direction. Over winter, I'm sort of a bit isolated up here, and with my work back that way, if I could just get my boat a bit closer to my parents rather than having to stay in my old bedroom, which I've enjoyed. I've been spending a bit more time back at my parents at the minute. I don't mind it, but it's just nice to have your own space. And yeah, I can't really get the boat that close there. So yeah, at the minute, that'd be the thing I'd change. How's the bread making going? Made anything special? Pizza, baguettes, bagels, question mark. What have I done? Yep, done some baguettes, done 2 batches of baguettes, done pizzas recently, bagels a while ago. What was the last thing I baked? Done a couple random loaves and stuff, and some bread rolls, but nothing within the past week or 2. But I'm going to make something in a minute. And I think that was all for Q&A. Hope that was alright, not too much rambling. Good excuse for a beer. Yeah, I'm going to get this fire going a bit better. It's dying a little bit. And then I might start baking. On the battery front, by the way, got up to about 40% earlier. Down to 36. I've just got the fridge going back down to temperature at the minute. So that was taking a few amps. But yeah, that'd be plenty for the evening, and try and do a full day's charge tomorrow. Hopefully get it up closer to 100% if I can. Good morning. Got a bit of frost out there today. I'm going to get on the move shortly, but I managed to make some dough last night. Still waiting for that to prove a little bit. I left it outside overnight just to keep it cold so it didn't overprove, but it's been a bit too cold and now it's not risen that much. So I'm going to make some bread a little bit later on. Had a few more questions come in overnight as well, so I'll get those answered in a sec. And yeah, going to move on, and I think I've made my mind up what I'm going to do. I'm going to complete the Grand Union, which means straight up into Birmingham. I think I've done the 80% of it. I might as well just finish it and say I've completed the Grand Union. Get that done. Where am I? This is the tunnel I'd come out. So I'm going to head up. I'm somewhere around here by these woods. I'm going to carry on up to this junction here, and then this is the Grand Union. Continues up here. No locks for ages, which is nice. Might just try and get towards Kingswood because there's a train station there. That means I can get the train back to Hatton, where I came from, and not have to take the bike and strap the bike on and all the rest of it. So I can just literally go station to station, which would be really handy. And then from Birmingham, I think I will then go back down towards Worcester, just for a couple of months whilst I'm working back in Somerset. Yeah, decision made. I think maybe the glow plugs are playing up. Normally doesn't struggle with a cold start.
I could sit around and wait all day. You lay easy on my mind. Like a candle, I just burn away. All we really have is time. All we really have is time. I don't wanna waste it on anybody. Take it with anybody but you. I don't wanna waste it on anybody. Take it with anybody but you. What was it they used to say? Seeking you will find. There is nothing in you that is fading. All you ever do is shine. You are brighter all the time. And I don't wanna waste it on anybody. Take it with anybody but you.
Just pulled up to a water point. Fingers crossed it's not frozen, which is a struggle this time of year. There we go. Yeah. Lovely. One tank full of water and managed to de-leaf the roof, so the boat's looking a bit less abandoned now. That's a good job done. I think about 15-20 minute cruise away from the junction now. Smashed some more up just past the junction. I'm getting a bit hungry, so I'm going to cook some sort of like flatbreads. I was going to make pizza, but I've got no mozzarella. So I'm going to make some flatbreads, maybe put some fish in there or something. But dough has risen. Just going to make some little balls out of this. And then get the pizza oven out. That'd be nice. Found these really cool matches from Sweden, but they're huge and they burn for 8 minutes. Look at the size of them. Ow! Ow, ow, ow. So I'm hoping to make basically a pizza shape, fold it over but squirt some olive oil in the middle so it doesn't stick, then fire it and then put a filling in it. That's the plan. We've not done them before, so. Ooh. Not sure how much of that I actually filmed, I was a bit hungry, but they were really good. I'm going to use the, I don't know if I showed you one cut open, but I'm going to do those for kebabs next time I do them. And yeah. Last few questions before I wrap the week up. Do you have any DIY left on your current boat? Yes. I need to tile, I need to paint, I need to fix the hatches, I need to finish some trims off. General bits, nothing major, touch wood. What else? That's about it really. Just, yeah, giving it a bit of a spring clean here. Clean coat of paint would be good. And yeah, that's about it really. Obviously it's not practical to carry loads of tools due to lack of storage, but what I must have tools to keep on board for day-to-day life and repairs. First thing that comes to mind is a socket set, and the one I've got on here is actually from John and Ali on Narrowboat Warrior that he gave me. Thanks John. It's here somewhere. Definitely a socket set. I tend to keep a reciprocating saw to chop up any firewood just in case I find any pallets or something. That's normally quite handy. Normal screwdrivers and stuff like that. Dare I ask, how's the T25 coming along? Appreciate you're juggling a lot of balls at the moment. Yeah, T25 needs painting and reassembling. The passenger side needs sanding first. The rest of it's all sanded, and there's no point really doing it this time of year because it's probably not going to sell. So I'm going to give it a fresh coat of paint in the new year and then put it up for sale. So if anyone's interested in an old T25, let me know. Not a question, but we need you to create a Christmas flavoured jam recipe. Ooh, I'll have a think. Something spiced, obviously, but not too offensively spiced, because you want to have it on toast. Let me have a think. Yeah, I'll get back to you. I do want to make some chili jam as well. From none other than Ben from Ben and Emily. Have you ever thought about being a roaming trader with your bread? So a roaming trader is someone that sells stuff from their boat or has like a craft or whatever. Yeah, I have debated it. I don't think it'd be possible or very easy on this boat. But who knows in the future if I get stuck into it, maybe a bigger boat with a separate little bakery kitchen kind of thing. I would quite like to do some donuts from the boat. I think that'd be quite a good thing to do, and some sort of savoury treats. But yeah, maybe Benny. Maybe a brewery as well. I still need to brew some beer. Cool, well thank you so much as usual for all of your kind words. I've answered as many comments as I had time for on last week's video, or like 2 weeks ago. Thank you so much for all the lovely words. It honestly means a lot. Probably won't have another video for another couple of weeks again. Like I said, I'm just getting stuck into helping my mate out. And then yeah, next stop from here is probably going to be Birmingham, which I'm quite excited for. So thanks so much to my patrons. Thank you everyone, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.